Okay, Kitty Pies, it's March 6, 2025, and this is the update on the 60 bug restoration. Um, Cutting out lines in the tunnel tonight, cleaning up some grime in the back, and I started off tonight by taking the heater control cables out. Now you notice the heater control cables here, there's a dual line that comes up to the little thing that twists in the tunnel. This is a 60, so the twist would be on the passenger side right next to the shift gear on the front. So the earlier ones, they were in the back of the tunnel more. But I ran them through. It was a little clogged a little bit. So what I did is I took a coat hanger, straightened it out, and got the little twisty things on the end there. Ran it up in the heater control cables. After I pulled these out, cleaned it out, re-greased it, and I slid the new one in, and it slid in really easy, nice and easy and fast. So that's quite the unique design there. I had to study that for a little bit, how that works, how that twists there, that little knob, and it's pretty, you can tell it's a German design. It's pretty neat how it works. But anyways, you can see here, all the other lines are good. The emergency brake tubes were good. The accelerator cable sliding in and out, so I'm going to leave that. And here's the clutch cable. That's sliding in and out pretty good too, so I'm going to leave that. So what I'm going to do here tonight is this is the fuel line. Now the fuel line comes out the front there, under the fuel tank, bends up out on the top of the tunnel there. What I did is I wanted to replace that, because what happens if these are made out of steel, and it being so old it is a lot of guys will be using this and they'll rust inside that tube, and chunks of rust will break off, and you'll see a lot of guys get stranded on the side of the road with rust stuck into their carburetor, clogging them up. So I want to run a new fuel line in there, and this is the choke cable. The choke cable comes out next to the fuel line in the front there, and it's tack welded up there. And you can see here, I tried for the life of me to get this out. I tried for like almost a year, and kept lubricating, and it just wouldn't come out. And the reason why is, look at that, it's just packed in there. There's no way that was going to come out. So you can see here, it was like that all the way through, all the way to the back. So there was no way you were going to run a new choke cable in that line. So, and here's the fuel lines I cut off. So what I did here tonight, I cut out an access panel right here, so I can get into this area here. So I could break this clamp here for the fuel line, and so I can cut that right here. I cut the choke line, and the choke goes out through that hole there, and it gets tack welded right there. So once I cut it, I just wiggle it back and forth and snap that tack weld on there, and it came right out, no problem. And then the same thing, once I got this off, you can see here how I cut the lines here, choke cable, fuel cable, and just slid them out. Now I left these here for a reason, because I didn't want to interrupt the factory spot welds here and the mounting tabs. You can see here how I did it. I cut it here once again. Left this fuel line all together, and once again I cut it on this mount here too, just like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run new lines and just follow right along here. And the reason why I left these like this is because I'm going to run clamps here, just to clamp them to these old lines here. And then I'm going to follow where they would run right next to it. I'm going to follow the two lines all the way back. I'm going to run the fuel line over here where it should be run. I'm going to clamp it here. I'm not sure exactly what kind of clamp I'm going to use yet. And then the choke cable runs, once again, will come out where it's supposed to come out. And the fuel line will come out on the top of those forks there, the way it's supposed to be. So it'll look like it was a factory installation. And then I can clamp everything real nice to the old cutoff points here, and I'm good to go. So these are the lines I bought. This is 304 stainless. I want to use this for the fuel line. It's a little larger diameter than what Volkswagen has. This is the Wolfsburg West fuel line, copper. It looks like copper. That's what they sell. I might run that. And this is the I'm going to use for the choke cable. This is the largest diameter in the tunnel. I ran the choke cable in there. It fits perfect. This is 304 stainless too. So I'll be running a stainless line in there. Hopefully that'll stop the rust from forming in those lines. I really want to run the 304 stainless for the fuel. Leave a note or let me know about does fuel ever eat copper? I don't know. I don't know about that. If it does, I'd rather run the 304, but I'm pretty sure copper would be fine. It'll probably outlive me anyway, so. But anyways, that's the progress on the 60 bug restoration tonight. This is a lot harder than it looks. You really got to think about what you're doing. You don't want to cut the wrong line. I probably should have marked it before I started cutting, but I knew which ones they were. And then you got to be careful. You don't want to cut any of these other lines. Okay. You can see here, I had to separate these and cut these so I didn't damage anything else. Now also, on that access panel, a lot of people jack the cars up here and they crush the tunnel in a little bit. You can see here how it's dipped in a little bit. I kind of wanted to cut that out and straighten it out anyways, but this will go right back into here like this, and I'll weld that up perfect, grind it down, and you'll never know that that was ever cut open. So just the way I like doing things. And then I can also get in there and treat anything or any rust I might see. You can see there, I'll clean up this rust here too. Looks like somebody drilled a hole there, probably a drain hole. I think that might have been me when I first bought the car to make sure there was no water in there. But that made it a big help, because if I left that in there, there would have been no way for me to get up in here and do it. So those guys that run these lines without cutting a tunnel, man, I don't know how they do it. It's pretty hard to get all these lines broken loose. Even right here, there's no way you're going to get that broken loose here. It's almost impossible. That's why I left it. And I don't want to start breaking the tack welds on the other areas either. So you can see it's pretty clean in there, and I'm kind of happy about that. Okay, kids, just another update on the 60 bug restoration.